Hello everyone, welcome to rsumlife. Hope you're all doing good. Our garden is non-stop giving. I know now you hear about this in every video almost, but that's true. We're getting tons and tons of crop, and actually we are running out of our freezer space. And this year finding a freezer is like finding a gold mine, looks like. Anyways, we are giving lots of vegetables and flowers to our friends and family nearby, and still we have a lot to save, in the sense a lot to freeze. So today I wanted to talk about so the first thing for any of the plant is nitrogen, right? When the seeds are sown and when the seedlings start, that's when you have to give a lot of good nitrogen. But along with that, I generally put a little bit of bone meal also. Bone meal, if you have a considerably small vegetable patch or the fruits in our fruit trees, we can buy it at store, but for me that's not the case, so I actually make it at home. So bone meal is pretty easy to make. The only thing is, if you're uncomfortable, it'll be a little tricky to make. So basically, whenever we do barbecues or whenever we cook meat, I just collect all the bones after we eat the meat, right? So I collect all the bones and I freeze it until we get like considerable amount of bones to be to start this bone meal. So basically here I'm taking out all the flesh on the bones. The flesh shouldn't be there. That's the goal when you make the bone meal. So nicely almost scoop it out, or wash all those bones neat and good. And this is a dish we make with the lamb. This is called paya, and it tastes good actually. And the same thing, I'm washing up all the masala. Since it is pressure cooked, the bone is almost very well done, but still we have to nicely wash it. And then you don't need to dry it out, because we're anyways gonna bake, or we can actually throw it into the grill. I prefer to actually put it in the grill outdoors and let it grill or cook nice and good outdoors. If not, you can actually do it in the regular oven with a broil, like the highest temperature you can go. So this is what I'm doing, taking out any of the meat or any of the parts onto the bone and clean it out nice and good. I took a baking tray and I'm just putting all these bones. So this is how it should look before going into the grill. How much ever you can, clean it out good, so that we can just put it into the grill. So this is what I'm doing into the grill outdoors. But if you don't want to do that, you can actually do it indoors too. If it is indoors, put it into the broil mode and let that cook or bake for at least 30 minutes. The final goal would be the bone has to be nicely cooked. It should get brittle when we break it, so this is how it will look. It's almost kind of a whitish, kind of a grayish white, right? So this is very well done. We have already cooked it, right? Pressure cooked it, and now we grill it. So what I do is I actually put it into any kind of bags. If you don't have this, many people use pillowcases. I didn't want to waste the pillowcase. This was their Amazon packages. So I put all these bones into this package and just try to break it as much as possible. The goal here is to make these bones into powder form, into a meal form. That's what is called bone meal, right? Make it into powder form so that the plants can start using it. If you directly put a bone into the soil, it will take forever for the plant to get that one. So that's why we are grilling up nice and good, and then we are gonna powder it. The powdering process will be a little tricky, so that's why, like, break the bones as much as possible using a hammer or something, and then try to powder it. So this is how our bone meal looks like. It's kind of for me it is a simple process, because all you need to do is whenever you do the barbecue or whenever you cook any of the meats, collect all the bones. It can be chicken bones or turkey or lamb or any of the dairy products too, like dairy meats too. So collect all the bones, clean them very well, and then grill them nice and good for 30 minutes on the highest temperature available, and then powder it. That's it. So what I do is, like, I take a spoonful and put it near to the plant, around the plant, so it can actually take up the good stuff in the bone meal. So now let's talk about the reason why we need to use the bone meal. So bones have phosphorus, rich in phosphorus, and a bit of protein too. This phosphorus actually helps the plant to develop good root system, which means, like, it can take in all the nutrients from the soil with a good root system, and it will also forces or helps the plant to develop good flowers and good fruits or vegetables, right? Healthy fruits and vegetables. Many of you ask this question, like, I see the flowers in my plant, but the vegetable is not forming, it is just dropping off. One of the main reason would be lack of phosphorus. So try this bone meal. This works pretty good. This year we have been getting unlimited supply of jalapenos and bell peppers, tomatoes, you name it. Like, any of the plant, you can see a difference almost immediately. It will start the flowers, you'll see healthy vegetables and healthy fruit too. You can use these ones for regular flower plants, for roses or any of the flower plants. Basically, I do this when planting, when the seedlings are starting, right? That time I just give very little, maybe half a tablespoon or less than that. But during the seedlings or the baby plant stage, I give more nitrogen. When the plant is considerable size, that's when you actually give a lot of more bone meal. In this case, we don't give, because this is just a greens, the Malabar spinach, we don't give bone meal for this. But for tomatoes or any of the vegetables, give this bone meal. You will see the difference. Like, you'll see a lot of difference in the fruits or the flowers. The flowers will be much brighter actually when you put it in a week or so. You'll see the difference, how bright those are. And this is extremely simple. Like, if you guys are eating meat, this is easy to make. And the tiny watermelon, by mistake I just pulled out the roots of it when I was taking out the weeds, and this was tasting so sweet, like the tiniest watermelon, but it was amazing. If you guys like this kind of videos, please do subscribe and share, and leave me a comment if you have any more questions or you want to see more videos like this. Please do leave a comment, or just say how you feel about this video, right? And share with your friends and family, so that we can do more affordable gardening instead of spending tons and tons on store-bought products. All right, enjoy the garden. Try to go as natural as possible with the things you have in the availability. You all have awesome life, happy gardening, and healthy living. Take care.